Final Four. It is fabulous, and what a fantastic host city it is. San Antonio for the 4th time, and on the 50-year anniversary of hosting the World's Fair, now they host the world of college basketball and all of its fans, including Sister Jean, as the Loyola Chicago Ramblers take the floor at the Alamo Dome. And here come the Big Ten champions who went through the West bracket to get here. The Wolverines set to go. Up first, Loyola, Chicago, and Michigan, and later tonight, a battle of ones, Villanova and Kansas. What a day it is. So great to have all of you with us. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz, along with Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson, and the newest member of the Basketball Hall of Fame, Grant Hill, officially announced today. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Jim. I am overwhelmed. I'm honored, humbled, and I just can't stop smiling.
I don't blame you. Our relationship will never be the same. I'm in total awe, but no better representative for the Hall of Fame than this guy.
Or for the game. What an ambassador. What a night we have ahead here. And at this moment here, just a few minutes from tip-off, I love this moment. You look around and all the color in the arena. All the fans believe it's their time, it's their year.
Jim, this is the most exciting day of the year. 4 very deserving teams. They all believe that this is their year. Unbelievable.
And they start in the fall thinking Final Four. Well, these guys have accomplished that.
How about the Ramblers' road to the Final Four? It had some heart-stopping moments along the way.
One timeout, they don't take it. Here comes the player of the year, the MVP. He got it, and the dream is alive. Towns for 3. Yes, sir!
Game after game after game.
To get here, guys, you've got to be unselfish. And these 3, they can make game winners. They can put it on the floor and create for others. Make a big play or a big rebound. They are the reason the Ramblers are here.
Well, Raph, if you want a big, then you need some Mo. And that's Mo Wagner from Michigan, and he does it all for the Wolverines. He can go inside, get to the basket, the free throw line, he rebounds well. Oh, and he can also step outside from 3-point range. But he is the emotional leader for the Wolverines, and when he plays well, they usually win.
Well, these 2 teams on long win streaks. 14 straight for Loyola, 13 straight for Michigan. The Ramblers, the Wolverines, who would have thought it a couple of weeks ago? I can't wait to see it. It's coming up on TBS. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. The presentation of the colors is provided by the NSA Texas Joint Color Guard. And now, in the spirit of college tradition and sportsmanship, please join us in the singing of our national anthem as led by students from the institutions of our Final Four teams. From Michigan, graduate student Kaylee Jardine. From Loyola, Chicago, senior Andy Malin. From Villanova, senior Maura Gownley. And from Kansas, sophomore Darius Shepard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight?
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
history. Let's meet the South Regional Champion, Loyola Chicago Ramblers.
Rambler fans, you ready? Go! The Ramblers from Loyola, Chicago. The Dream Chasers. Loyola, rambling on. Are you ready? Rises up. Towns for three. Yes! And the dream is alive. The Ramblers of Loyola, Chicago. Legendary.
Starting tonight for the Ramblers at forward, a 6'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 0, Dante Ingram. At center, a 6'9" freshman from Algonquin, Illinois, number 25, Cameron Krutwig. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Edison, New Jersey, number 5, Marcus Towns. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Overland Park, Kansas, number 13, Clayton Custer. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Overland Park, Kansas, number 14, Ben Richardson. And making their second Final Four appearance in the last 6 years, winners of the West Regional. Here are the Michigan Wolverines.
The Wolverines of Michigan, locked and loaded.
At midcourt, extra pass. And it goes for the win! A prayer at the buzzer, and the prayer's answered.
Thunder! Now high they go for Matthews. Robinson free. Sends the Michigan Wolverines to the Final Four.
Starting tonight for the Wolverines. At forward, a 6'7" freshman from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 4, Isaiah Livers. At forward, a 6'11" junior from Berlin, Germany, number 13, Mo Wagner. At guard, a 6'6" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 1, Charles Matthews. At guard, a 6' sophomore from Lima, Ohio, number 3, Xavier Simpson. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, number 12, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman. And introducing the head coaches. For Loyola Chicago in his 7th season for the Ramblers and coaching in his 5th NCAA tournament game, Porter Moser. And for Michigan in his 11th season for the Wolverines and coaching in his 35th NCAA tournament game, John Beeline. Well, you gotta love the matchup. One of the brand names of sport, and Loyola Chicago, the ultimate underdog. It's all about to get started in San Antonio. Loyola Chicago, 32 wins, school record. Michigan, 32 wins, school record. Grant at this moment walking on that floor, and finally the moment arrives. What's this moment like?
It's an amazing moment right now. You've worked all season for this opportunity to be on this stage, an opportunity to win a championship. It's an amazing time for these young men.
And a nod to the officials. Their work gets them the assignment. Roger Ayers, Mike Roberts, Terry Oglesby, their great work gets them the Final Four call of national semifinal #1. Guys, can't wait to get lost in a pair of games.
Grant had an interesting comment, Jim, about Michigan going for the knockout punch early. It's important. Loyola has some composure and gets good shots.
Two freshmen will jump center. Livers, Krutwig, and the Final Four is underway.
Jim Nance, Grant Hill. Grant, let's go.
And their man-to-man is that pack line defense, so successful. They really do a great job communicating, switching, and playing D without fouling.
Nice jump to passing lane, which they do. Should
Might
be
have been
Ramblers.
off the foot of Simpson.
Yep.
And it is. That was Custer who forced it. And Porter Moser's team makes the play on the first possession.
Nice read here. They are really gutsy defenders. Rise to the occasion. Great closeout team. Challenge all shots. Fundamentally sound.
And a great shooting team. Finished the year 3rd in the nation. Field goal percentage. They got 4 prime players who shoot over 50% from the field. Of course, Michigan's been in a full lockdown with its opponent's field goal percentage during the tournament.
And folks, you're going to get a kick. The ball does not stick. 0.5 seconds. Make something to get rid of it. He is the old-time post-up guy.
Krutwig, who had a good look, but the soft hook off the back of the rim. Now Simpson. Wanted to go Wagner instead. Goes to Matthews, who's had a great tournament.
Automatic switching. Pretty good help side defense.
Matthews. And Simpson, as we approach 10 to shoot. He's going to take the lane, put it up short. The ball off the floor comes back to him.
Right now, Michigan, there's a mismatch. Custer on Wagner. They can't recognize it.
They're automatic switching on him.
Outside shot, it's a 3 for Matthews, who's been under a full reprogramming during the tournament, coming off the West Region Most Outstanding Player performance out in Los Angeles.
Nice little pin down.
Towns gave it up. They got Krutwig again. Good look. And this time, he hits the shot close range.
And Jim, that young man is amazing. The big body, the skill, footwork. And right now, the emphasis getting the ball into him early, making Wagner play defense.
Wagner, who struggled from 3 in the regional final, missed all 7, but when he starts hitting from the outside, look out. Rockman, meanwhile, that dips down and out. And over to Ingram, who brings it into the front court for the Ramblers.
And Jim, that's important. They all rebound and push, and they can put it on the deck, too. Towns.
Turnaround, yes.
They're confident. They are older, mature, believe in themselves. Automatic switch again.
Switching is taking Michigan out of their rhythm and flow offensively.
Look at the checkouts here, huh?
All Loyola underneath, and again, brought up by Ingram. Custer now gives it up back outside to Towns.
They really space the floor. They make you guard the entire floor. Multiple guys who can dribble, pass, and shoot. So dangerous, this team.
Ingram now gives it up outside. Custer's shot. No go. Pulled down by Wagner. Michigan pushes ahead. Simpson trying to weave around Towns. Still looking for something to happen and then throws it away.
A little too much.
You are watching the national broadcast on TBS, and for team-centric coverage, check out the Loyola Chicago teamcast on True TV or the Michigan teamcast on TNT.
You know, our Hall of Famer would have trouble playing for the Ramblers because the ball can't stick. No ISOs. 0.5 seconds, you've got to make a decision. Put it on the deck, pass, or shoot it.
I think he get it down.
And get it inside. It's not George Mikan, but he's got those kind of moves.
And Krutwig with Wagner trying to defend it. Look at these pivot steps. And then it's taken by Matthews as Krutwig lost the handle on his third or fourth juke.
Nice help. They don't mind who they play.
Simpson, he's now taken 2 from out there with no success. 3-on-3 at the moment. Good look for Custer. That shot bouncing around. Doesn't drop like it did to win one earlier in the tournament.
But they're right there. I think their composure's good, don't you?
They got off to a great start thus far offensively. And this pace right now, it probably favors the Ramblers right now. They're getting out, executing offensively. Michigan not in a rhythm and flow right now on the offensive end.
Here's Wagner's first shot from outside. And that's a big moment right there for Michigan early. They wanted to get him going. They weren't sure after what happened in Los Angeles. He had some struggles here in the shoot-arounds this week.
He looked like he shot a little bit better in the shoot-around yesterday, I thought. But Krutwig, it's a tough cover for him on that pick and pop. That's why they're going to switch it every time they can.
Richardson. And that's going to be a whistle on Simpson. So Wagner, we saw him Thursday too. It was a struggle then yesterday. Starting to get comfortable.
A little bit better. Mom and Dad are here. Maybe lighten it up. The big fella Mo can go with a little nylon.
Back at San Antonio, and Tracy Wolfson has more on the biggest star of the tournament. Tracy?
Sister Jean has been the talk of the tournament. She's earned celebrity status. She even has her own bobblehead that they cannot keep on the shelves. Well, tonight, as she has always done, she held a pregame prayer and a scouting report with the team. She told them, tonight we need to pull away from this Michigan team with several early runs using our skills, maintaining confidence, and knowing we can get to the championship game. Jim, Sister Jean knows her basketball.
Yes, she does, and she even played high school basketball.
I didn't play against her, though.
1933 out in California.
Just about a year.
Well, you know you have arrived in life when you have a bobblehead.
Oh, no question.
You know, I had a principal, Sister Helen Rose, when I have a bad free throw shooting night, the next day, out of math, onto the free throw line. This is my kind of done.
Foul is on Richardson. Jackson, who came into the game, missed a layup at the other end.
Jim, that's key. He can bring people away from the basket. Tough for Wagner. Nice little spinning.
Unable to finish it off, though, as Jackson tried to blanket him.
Always pressuring you with the bounce. So Williamson rebound, push it up. This is a tough match for Wagner.
It is. Jackson's speed on the perimeter. He's been their leading scorer in the NCAA tournament. But the hockey assist is emphasized by Loyola Chicago. So unselfish.
Pounds, that's a tough shot. Wagner able to clear it quickly to Simmons, who's on the floor. J-Ron Simmons.
They're going to go to a more breakdown, I think. They can't run their sets, dribble, drive. They've improved Michigan in that area. Rockman, one of those guys, can take his guys as well as Matthews.
There's a mismatch inside. Michigan has not recognized it. Custer on Wagner.
And Rockman. Put back by Wagner.
Not much of a stand by Custer.
5 minutes and 34 seconds.
I just tried to beat you, that's all.
You saw.
Good drive.
Pounds. Too strong with it. And they've gone scoreless now for almost 4 minutes.
Ramblers have missed some shots at the rim. They usually make those. Maybe worried about Wagner and his size.
Matthews. Turn around on Jackson again. Only Wagner underneath, but the Ramblers had 4 players in the area, and they come out with it with Williamson on the floor.
He can take and shoot it too. He dances for jumping. Confident kid out of Chicago.
That's Matthews, who jumps and fires the outlet over to Simmons. Ramblers have missed their last 6 from the floor. There's Matthews splitting the defenders, and she goes.
He is so good going left. You got to jump on that left hand. You mentioned it, Jim. Early in the year, he had a good start, flattened out a little bit, but turning it on at the right time of the year. A blow by, and then switch it back to the dominant hand.
Foul on Jackson, his first. We're talking about a player here who started at Kentucky his college career, played in 36 games for Coach Cal, but only averaged a couple of points a game and sat out all of last year on the transfer. But during the tournament, as I mentioned, it's been like a reboot for him. He's suddenly put up numbers they haven't really seen except a little bit early in the season.
One of the fans having that year off slapback. Boy, guys do a great job of that. Teskey.
Right back to Matthews. That one pulled down by Ingram.
And as you said, multiple guys for the Ramblers that can bring the ball off the bounce.
Little step out.
Michigan, their defense this year, guys, has improved so much. Really been the key for them on this run, while their offense hasn't been consistent always.
Ball stolen away.
Nice steal
back. Custer. And the Ramblers have the numbers. Williamson gets set, puts up the three. They can't hit a shot.
Going the other way.
Foul on Loyola as it's a 7-0 run by the Wolverines. And you can watch live games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app
Shot
today.
of Porter Moser, Jim, and what a job he's done. His mantra is no finish line. Meaning this season isn't going to end. I wish a lot of establishments would have that rule.
Skopna was hit with that foul call on the other end.
That's more of an inside threat on that ball screen and roll. Nice cut.
Underneath. Put back Teskey.
He's got that big body, and they got the quick timeout by the Ramblers.
Coach Moser seeing 9 points run off by Michigan. Says we got to slow things down, talk it over. 2 long win streaks. Haven't seen 2 teams square off at the Final Four with double-digit win streaks since Duke and Michigan State in St. Pete. And UConn, of course, went on and won the championship for Coach Calhoun, who would later win one in this city. There's John Beilein in his 11th year and his second Final Four, 2013. They made it to the championship game.
Well, they got better all year long, particularly at this end of the floor. Little stack set. They've gotten good shots. Nice slip.
Jackson. And I have a call here on Michigan. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson.
What a great call. Out of a timeout, Porter Moser needing some offense, running a great set, getting Michigan in some movement. And Jackson, who's been fantastic in the postseason, getting to the free throw line.
They have had 9 straight empty trips, and finally they get another point on the board. Jackson is from Kennedale, Texas, and he's a senior. They tried to schedule before the season a game in his home state, as a lot of coaches like to do for a senior. They just couldn't find an opponent. So what happened? They decided to go ahead and make their way on down to the Final Four.
Did he call his mom too, saying I'm coming down?
Not great.
He said averages 17 points against the power. Little Teskey bump there, moving. But he averaged 17 points against the power of conference teams. So he likes the big timers.
And he got to play in Dallas the first 2 rounds, so that's close to his Fort Worth home. And big Texas swing for them 2 of the 3 weeks, and now it's going the other way.
One of the many states you vote in, if I'm not mistaken.
Easy now.
Or you may vote in, I should rephrase that. They love the ball screen and slip. Always keep active, overload.
Custer.
That's a shot to that floater.
Oh, that would have probably gone, but it's basket interference on Jackson.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Looked like it was starting to trend toward dropping. Got the under 12 timeout. And the Wolverines have the 6-point lead.
And I think you're right, Coach, on that last play. The ball was on the rim. Might have fallen in, and Jackson went up there to try to tip it. The right call, goaltending, and nothing right now in the offensive end going for the Ramblers.
I guess when you get the Hall of Fame, you get a whistle too, huh?
Well, right now,
I think you're both right.
Both teams really struggling from the field, but the key is +6 rebound margin and a 7-0 edge, second chance points for Michigan. So rebounding has been the key thus far for the Wolverines.
Ramblers really struggling, as that graphic dictates. Great spacing and ball movement. He can shoot it, we know that.
Yes, we do, and that one rattles out for Poole. And Wagner tried to tap it, but again, Ramblers underneath. Only Wagner there for Michigan.
Poole's much better at the end of games.
Like with the buzzer going off, hit mid-shot to knock out Houston in the second round.
Jackson's got Wagner outside now. I think you can dribble drive or cut a little bit better. There's the slip. They throw great passes from uncomfortable positions.
And they love to penetrate to look for the three-point shooter on the pass.
And they had to put it up. Richardson, or make that Jackson, unable to, almost got it to go, but now they're almost at 7 minutes without a field goal. Only a couple of free throws during that stretch.
There's the mismatch you mentioned, Grant.
Wagner trying to muscle his way around 2 defenders.
He's got to beg for the ball, Wagner.
Rockmont, head fake, step in.
Great box out by Custer down there on Wagner, keeping him off the glass.
Abel really plays with confidence off that bounce. So dangerous. Once again, Michigan's really familiar with this offense because they run a lot of the similar things, so they've practiced against it. Nice slip again.
Wide open, yes. Jackson with the basket.
Michigan staying at home with shooters. That screen and roll opportunity. Jackson wide open at the rim.
That was a 7-minute, 40-second drought between field goals.
Never had one that long.
Between droughts or drafts?
Easy now. Same kind of velocity. Pick and slip.
And it's going the other way. Turned it over.
Not too bad here. A little great motion, Grant. A lot of NBA, right? What do you think of it?
No question, but the great spacing by the Ramblers and the threat that they're all three-point shooters. The help is a little worried about coming, and they were able to capitalize at the rim.
Coach Moser's got to be feeling pretty good about the fact this team went, again, almost 8 minutes without a basket, and they find themselves just down 4.
That's because Michigan, they're playing great defense against Michigan. There's that drive and be placed in good hands.
And on the line, it'll stay with Loyola. And not a change of possession, so just 15 seconds to shoot.
Right there, Wagner showing the effort, the hustle, and definitely his foot was on the line. And that kind of effort is going to be needed to get a championship or even to win today against a very tough Loyola Chicago team.
Multiple handlers out there and a big guy on the floor. Krutwig, he's an excellent passer as well as his footwork around the rim, and he locks his guy beautifully. They got him if they want him.
Towns. Tough shot, and he got it to beat the shot clock.
And he gave us a Michael Jordan, too. You see that with the arms?
Well, he was not aware of the shot clock in that situation. And, of course, at the last minute, threw the ball up there and went in, but I'm not sure it was before the clock expired.
Well, they're gone to the monitor.
So the one thing you must know, that guys from Jersey are very astute. They know what they're doing at all times.
I played with a guy from Jersey.
Yeah, he said, you both made great music, I'll tell you that. Can we check it out up above the rim? Let's see.
Maybe it does count.
It does look pretty good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
We talked about up above the.
Yeah, that's going to count.
Good, yeah.
You talked about New Jersey. He's from Edison. He was a high school teammate with Karl Anthony Towns.
And there's the Jordan look.
At St. Joseph's in Metuchen. And he started his college career at Fairleigh Dickinson. And actually played in an NCAA tournament game there as a freshman. And
that's
by the way,
right.
you know, one thing I learned this weekend, Grant, was that Raft was at what? You were at Fairleigh Dickinson.
5 years.
5 years. You were the what? Assistant athletic director. You were the sports information director.
Basketball
coach.
Taught golf.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
And you got how much?
5,200.
52.
And I always had money.
Life is good.
And the Ramblers are switching everything and daring them to go inside the Wagner.
The setup, but look at the size, wins out. That's what they can do too.
Off the pool miss.
Well, that mismatch, attack the glass. Wagner may not be able to get it in the post, but get that offensive rebound and convert.
Wagner now with 7. He's hit 3 out of 4 from the field. Towns taking a baseline, goes back out with it.
Everybody's a driver and a cutter. A little tough look.
Tough pass. Matthews was the one that got a hand on it. And now Poole decides to go right around Richardson. He rolls me. And Richardson, the conference, the Missouri Valley Defensive Player of the Year, went around him that time and was able to draw the foul for 2 shots at the line.
When you have a little guy on you down low, you just got to be aggressive on the glass. Great anticipation. staying aggressive and staying engaged. And as we talked about in the opening, he is their emotional leader. When he plays big, they feed off him.
So when you shoot like Poole, the ability to put on the deck prevails.
Tomorrow night, Notre Dame and Mississippi State square off in the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball National Championship game. And coverage on ESPN begins at 5 p.m. For more information, go to ncaa.com.
I know you guys were in bed, but I watched the end of that game. How about that?
Oh, the 2 games.
Yeah.
Last night, sensational Final Four.
Great finishes.
Poole got the second one to go.
Poole's one of the characters on this team, a great dancer, provides some humorous anecdotes in the shooting, the layup line.
Boy, he keeps him loose, doesn't he?
He does. He's a funny kid.
Well, he's their Bill Raftery.
Oh, I didn't have those moves.
Without the dancing.
Jackson. It's a tough match because he can blow by a clever kid, Jim.
And that's on Teskey. It's going to be 2 on him. Remember, he got 1 on the offensive end on the illegal screen.
And Rafi talk about Jackson plays different than Krutwig, and they recognize that. So good there at the top of the key, taking advantage of his quickness, his speed, and his strength. A mismatch there, getting to the free throw line for Jackson.
So Jackson to shoot 2. Porter Moser with is what he called a complete grassroots rebuild. He played at Creighton. Tony Baroni, who would later take him to Texas A&M as an assistant. He was a head coach at Arkansas Little Rock back 2000-2003. Head coach at Illinois State for a span of 03-07. But Rick Majerus took him on as an assistant. He considers Baroni and Majerus to be the mentors that really got him to this game here today.
Great admiration. Of course, for years, Rick Majerus thought he got him straightened out. Of course, he didn't develop Rick's eating habits, as we can see on the sideline. But kind of more organized in his thinking, and a guy who had been at programs that struggled. A great little comeback with his career.
The late Rick Majerus, we miss him. He was in this building 20 years ago as Utah made it to the title game that night. Towns finds the trailer, and we got a foul on Poole. So, both teams shooting in the low 30s. 3-point lead, Michigan. Remember to raise an ice-cold Coke for the teams that come down the nets. Who will it be on Monday night? That special honor here in San Antonio. Mo Wagner off to a good start. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of them at the offensive end.
And mentally, he's got some tough adjustments, playing the big and the low box, and then Jackson moves him out a little bit. Tough double threats on him.
Satterwhite at the line. Coming in. Sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona.
Her sister played at Northwestern, I read, too.
2 campuses only about 3 miles apart off of Sheridan Road.
Yeah.
Got a 2-point game inside 8 minutes to go in the first half.
These guys are hard-nosed defenders. Always active. Look at this jump switch and the rotation in the back. Great shooter.
Yeah, Robinson, the graduate senior, unable to connect from the corner.
There's that slip and a post-up.
Williamson, nice drive, and it rolls off the front of the rim. They've missed a number of close-range shots.
But it's their defense that has sustained them. They have not been able, Michigan, to get anything going, looking out of sync. You really got to give credit to this defense by the Ramblers.
They are right there on the catch. Go under on the ball screen. That eliminates the pick and pop, too. Now they ice it.
Matthews, that was blocked by Krutwig, out of bounds with 4 to shoot.
Krutwig blocks shots without moving the floor.
I don't think he left the ground, but so good at contesting and blocking without fouling. Once again, a point of emphasis for this team. But defensively on both ends, Krutwig showing what he can do.
And again, 4 seconds to get off the shot here as Robinson inbounds it.
Nice curl.
Got 3. Somehow that one doesn't go. He was right next to the rim.
these guys don't turn it over. Nice slim pass.
Butwig backs in Wagner, and the game's tied at 15.
And he doesn't have a lot of lift, but he knows how to play the game using his size, great touch inside. And right now the Ramblers, they are feeling good and in control.
You know what he told us a couple of days ago? He credited his youth coaches for teaching him footwork.
And he does have great foot, really understands the game. Very heady. Was freshman of the year in Missouri Valley.
Rackball back of the rim. And that's tapped around, controlled by Towns. And the Ramblers coming down the floor looking for the lead. An 11-3 run for them.
And they got the Kansas fans on their side already here. This is their game. Their ability to cause havoc in the back. Nice hands.
Almost tipped. Robinson up ahead.
Look at the cover.
Can't take it back. It's Richardson. Knows he's got a little advantage at this end. They get it down low. Krutwig. And there is a whistle as he had Wolverines on both sides.
He runs the floor. Getting out of the mud, they call that.
We saw Porter Moser running the floor too, right along his bench. The first foul on Matthews.
He's in pretty good shape, by the way. Did you see those guns at the meeting?
And his players talked about how much he lifts weights, and he's all into getting that pump.
He's pretty rocked up.
Yes, he is.
Not like Raft.
It's very similar.
Very similar, yes.
1963, I remember it well when they won that championship. Jerry Harkness, and he has revived this program. Since 85, is it?
85 was the last time they were in
the tournament. Alfred the Great, Frederick Hughes.
And there is Jerry Harkness. He's doing the team cast.
Great ambassador.
What a legend.
Great ambassador, too, for this sport.
You know, his coach talked about how he's supported us all the way through. Even when we were 1-17 in the Horizon League, he's been with us.
Yeah, you got an empty boat usually when that happens.
Matthews.
Struggling trying to get decent shots, but everything is contested by the Ramblers.
Michigan shooting 26%. Off the glass for 2 more for Towns.
They're all weapons and play with confidence.
And 9-0 run as we approach 5 minutes, first half.
Gotta get your composure back. Remember we had the Virginia game? You start losing your composure, you take bad shots, you hurry things.
You think I forgot that game already?
No, I know you wouldn't. I don't think we ever will.
No, no one will. Rockman. Tough shot, but Wagner's boxed out. Wants that chance back and gets the 2.
And right now, that's the only thing offensively going right now is Wagner on the offensive glass. Right now, Michigan just not in any kind of sync and rhythm, and that defense just
suffocating.
Textbook for the Ramblers.
Another tough match, Jim, with Jackson on the floor. For Wagner, they move him around a lot more.
Like to get him on the perimeter of those ISO situations.
Drive.
Jackson gets it back, goes to the other side. How about that follow-up?
Too quick. And that's Wagner at a disadvantage. They may have to yo-yo him in and out. Jackson goes in, put a smaller guy in to match up. They're not running any of this stuff right now.
0 for 6 from the field now. Turnaround. Wagner keeping Michigan right around the Ramblers, and they're now down 2 as he has 11 of Michigan's 19. Again, Rockmont 0 for 6. Simpson 0 for 3 from the field.
Is that weave and ball screen they love to do?
Lester.
They got the foul, too.
In the opening, we talked about the bigs, and right now, Mo Wagner playing big inside against the smalls, keeping his team close, engaged, involved, giving the effort that his Wolverine teams need, trying to implore his guys to step up and play big on the biggest stage here in San Antonio.
Baskets are hard-earned in this one. Ramblers haven't made a 3. Michigan's put up 10 of them. Only knocked down a couple. 8 offensive rebounds, though, for the Wolverines, 5 of which have been by Wagner. He's been really the one guy for Michigan that's had some answers. 11 points, 5 rebounds. But the Ramblers leading here with 3:40 to go. We had Simpson's second foul going to the break.
That's big because they don't have the leadership running their offense. There's John Beeline on that sideline. He applied for that Canisius job, by the way, years ago, and he wasn't in the hunt for the job whatsoever. And they were having a meeting. Let you do your work.
Bleacher Report's original animated series Game of Zones returning for the playoffs. Watch Game of Zones only on the free Bleacher Report app.
And John called Boeheim to call the priest at Canisius and recommend them. And the priest left the meeting and they said, who called? They said, well, Boeheim called to see if Baleen could get the job here.
That was the second stop for John. He went to Lemoyne, Canisius, Richmond, West Virginia, and now 11 years at Michigan. Never been an assistant, over 40 years as a head coach. So respected by everyone. Wagner.
Rockman running the point right now. We mentioned that lack of a point guard on the floor. It's hurt them. Look at this blow by.
Yeah, but the shot is off. Wagner pulls it down. Michigan's missed its last 6 from 3. And they try to go underneath. And they turn it over once again. That's now 8 by Michigan. Let's go to Trace.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. During that last huddle, John Beeline, the conversation was really about the turnovers, and they can't afford to turn the ball over, very unlike Michigan. But specifically also with Mo Wagner, they need him to continue to control the boards and take advantage of Loyola switching right now. He's been doing a good job. They know they needed to get it down into him, Jim.
Well, Tracy, Michigan was second in the country on average fewest turnovers a game. About 9 a game, okay? They're at 8 already.
And really, speed is their problem. They're rushing things, and that's because there's great defense by Loyola.
Conversely, Loyola, they're executing, running their stuff, getting great looks and
pass.
opportunities.
Oh, Wagner, he knows it.
They are amazing. This kid, for a center, has a great feel for the game. Probably good eyes, the correct pass selection, too, and a pretty easy call. They are out Michigan, Jim.
Yeah, and the Wolverines call the timeout. 6-point lead, largest for the Ramblers.
Jim, again, we've all seen this. I mean, they do 2 of everything. They make a cut here, and then they back it up with another fake step and go. Petey Carrill out of action, but the big guy has a feel for the game, loves to pass, and the ability to hang and finish at the rim. They possess that blow-by ability.
And Raph, early in the game, we talked about Loyola. They started 2 for 11 from the field, but since then 6 for 9 because they're executing their offense and getting great looks, like on that last play. I think you're right. They miss Simpson out here right now.
They're like
they're a different team.
right now.
Eli Brooks on the floor right now.
Played guard at the beginning of the year a lot more. He's got some talent too.
And this whistle going against Loyola's Ingram. Coming up, AT&T at the half. EJ, Greg, and the guys, first half analysis and a look ahead to game 2. Of course, Kansas and Villanova will be national semifinal number 2. They're going to talk about it on AT&T at the half. First foul on Ingram. 2:25 remaining in the half.
They know their personnel. They are up on the catch on Robinson. Nice pin down.
Rockman has not hit a shot. Still hasn't.
You said it best, Grant. They just have to keep in touch, Michigan. They were struggling. Ooh, he's got it too. A little step back.
False kick by Rockman.
They really do space that floor, and they have the multiple guys that can handle, make great decisions. You talked about Pete Carrill. You got to dribble, pass, and shoot. And everybody on this Rambler team can do that. And as the game is worn on here for a team like them to have this confidence that close to the end of the half, up 6 points, that goes a long way as the game continues.
A little lock low. He is clever now. He's got a counter move over the right shoulder going the other way. Steps on him, huh?
Yeah, he traveled.
But he does have a lot of stuff down there on that block.
He'll be playing till he's 90. Unbelievable. Oh, I got the big fellow in the Y.
And the big fella, by the way, came to school at 290, and he lost 30 pounds before they played the first game.
Unbelievable. But what he has as a big guy, he has great feet, and he moves well on both ends of the floor. You saw that footwork, but unfortunately called for a foul.
Williamson comes in for the Ramblers.
And they get Wagner inside, I think, now with this matchup. There they go. At least rebound.
Goes back out to Robinson. Trying to get the baseline. It does, and he gets the whistle as well.
And Wagner eliminated weak side help because you had to check him out. Right here, nobody steps over and see how late the big fella Wagner occupies people.
Second foul on Andre Jackson.
And Matthews is one of those guys that can create plays, getting to the rim, athletic, free throw line. Must step up right now while this team is struggling offensively, and he did on that last play.
Krutwig comes back onto the floor for Coach Moser. And Matthews, who's been Michigan's leading scorer and rebounder through the 4 NCAA tournament games to get to San Antonio. Gets a three-point play.
And Michigan just got to keep it close here this last minute and a half. Execute on defense, secure the rebound, and get out and run some good offense.
8 now for Matthews on the game.
They got what they want inside. Nice recovery by Wagner.
Williamson kicks it back out. Towns, big step in. Got stuck under the cylinder. Michigan now. Drift goes to Robinson on the wing. He's dangerous.
Oh, he's right on it. That's their drift. Push. Slap back, number 22. Nice hustle. Wagner's really doing a great job on both ends.
Under a minute to go. That shot by Robinson would have tied the score at 25, but the Wolverines now 2 for 13 from 3.
Game of adjustments, halftime. I'm sure John will be talking about, let's run our offense. Let's not be in a hurry. Get a 2 for 1 here. This kid is so clever. Likes to bounce himself to ecstasy here. Drop step, either hand.
Oh, yes.
Say goodnight. Get that lingerie up. Go get a cramp.
Krutwig with 8 for the game. He missed his first shot. Has made his next 3. Got a 2-second differential on the clocks.
Look at this aggressive denial.
Wagner tries to get around Krutwig, and that's one foul Moser did not want to see right before halftime.
And he was upset because it wasn't a cover. That gap defense you talked about, Williamson, all he had to do was put a hand in.
Just the first, though, on Krutwig, who made that little soft hook shot at the other end. It'll be a 1-on-1 for Wagner.
Bad time for a little press here if I were Michigan.
1-3-1, 4-4,
That's something
2-2-1.
Get up on them, maybe throw a little jab at them.
And it bounces out. Ramblers are going to go to the locker room with the lead. How big will the margin be? 7 seconds for Custer. Krutwig tries to set a screen. Tough shot here. Bounces off the rim. Put back. Yes! Ingram! And we reach halftime with Loyola 7 in front.
Guys, Loyola coming out here in this first half after some nervous energy early on, getting the rhythm and flow and great presence of mind. Dante Ingram showing his touch, able to convert. Wow, 7-point lead at halftime for this Ram football club,
They
Coach.
collectively have a spirit, these kids. They believe they can do anything, make any play possible, play with great confidence, particularly defensively, were extraordinary against Michigan.
Over to Tracy.
Thanks a lot. And Coach, you forced 8 turnovers on Michigan. You have them shooting 9 of 31. Defensively, how have you been able to get them out of rhythm?
Well, I like what we're doing. You know, we have one look, you know, with Krutwig, the big, he just gives you a different look. And then with Andre, we can do some different things because he's more perimeter oriented out there. We can do some switching.
And offensively, a slow start, but you made a run down into this half. So what have you seen from them?
We want to be in good condition. We want to keep running, and keep moving the ball. I think we got to make the extra pass a little bit more this half, and we definitely got to rebound when Wagner gets down there. He's got a handful of their points on offensive rebounds. We got to get into his legs a little bit.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Jim?
6.5 left in that half. It was tied at 15. Ramblers close it out 14-7. Leading now 29-22 at the intermission. We'll send you to AT&T at the half. after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
TNT at the half. AT&T. Giving you more for your March Madness thing.
We're at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, 20 minutes in the books, and at one point, Michigan led 12-4. But a 25-10 finish to the first half does the trick for the Ramblers of Loyola Chicago. They have the lead, trying to become the first double-digit seed to play for a national championship on Monday, but still 20 minutes to play. Welcome, AT&T at the half. Ernie Johnson, Clark Kellogg, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. Highlights of the first half. And the Sister Jean magic continuing for the Ramblers early on. Mo Wagner knocking down the three-pointer.
Yeah, he was terrific in that first half, guys. There's Charles Matthews, who's been the leading scorer for the Wolverines throughout the tournament, had a strong half, but defense really being played well by both teams. The Ramblers struggled early on.
Nearly 7.5 minutes without a bucket.
That's right, Ernie. And a lot of that was Michigan D, but also you see here a couple of shots they normally make not going down. And this is where Michigan made hay. 13-4, second chance points. Wagner with 11 and 11, 5 offensive rebounds in that first half.
But that's Cameron Krutwig inside for a couple as Mortar Moser's team makes a run. Marcus Towns, who played high school ball with Carl Anthony Towns, no relation, and then Krutwig again inside.
Yeah, you think about it, Ernie, 13-4 second chance points in favor of Michigan, but points in the paint being won by Loyola 18-14 in that first half, and that was a buzzer beater by Dante Ingram off a second shot chance.
29-22 is the halftime score. A national semifinal #1 featuring a couple of teams that really get after it defensively. And it's a 7-point lead for the Ramblers. Your thoughts, Kenny? You got picks of both teams here.
Yeah, well, I think overall, early on, the atmosphere was a little bit overwhelming, and then once they start to settle in, but there's certain things you have to do if you're guarding. If you watch how they guard the perimeter, freeze it here. If you see, they are crowding the three-point shooters, and the lane is wide open. So if you don't take advantage of that as it goes on, I think that's your disadvantage. So then Matthews says, yes, I'm going to drive the basketball and not settle for an outside shot. That's what Michigan has to do. And on the other end, freeze it again. You got the high pick and roll. You can't stay home and you can't watch the ball. Look at the Michigan players watching the basketball. You have to pay attention to ball and you and man. So if you don't, with the last part of defense, is what, Clark? Rebound.
Yes,
if you
sir.
don't rebound, you didn't play D. And at the end, that's a big basket to put them up 7. So you can't ball watch when you play against Loyola. You can't be a spectator seeing where the ball is. You have to see ball and man at all times or you'll be in trouble.
Well, we say the same thing every year about shooting in domes. It's just awful for the players because you get no depth perception. Michigan can't make any shots. They're 9 for 31, 2 for 13 from three-point. You got to put the ball in the basket. You're not going to beat anybody scoring 20 points in a half. It's that simple. And you got to put your head down and get to the basket or speed the tempo up. Because it's never going to be easy to shoot in domes, plain and simple.
Very modest individual numbers in the first half, aside from Mo Wagner, who has a double-double.
Yeah, he was a monster, absolute monster. Taking advantage of the smaller defenders on him on that weak side board. He's got 11 points already. He made 1 3. But he was able to get to that weak side glass and take advantage of missed shots. There he is again. Smaller guys trying to block him out, unable to do so. When you get penetration, if you don't score, that defense is rotating. And Wagner has been large, but he's going to need some help from his teammates to knock down some perimeter shots. This tempo and pace is right where Loyola has enjoyed it all tournament long.
Yeah, Ernie, listen, we can talk all we want to. Michigan got to shoot the ball better. I mean, the big kid's doing his job, but they got to make some shots from the perimeter.
29% shooting for Michigan in the first half. The Ramblers have only tried 3 threes, missed them all against the team that defends the 3 the best in the final 4 teams. Back with Greg Gumbel, Seth Davis, right after this.
game of the night here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Welcome back to AT&T at the half. Greg Gumbel along with Seth Davis at halftime of our first national semifinal. Loyola leading Michigan by a score of 29-22. A couple of observations, Seth. Number one, we've seen this from Loyola before. It's how they got off to a start against Nevada, fell behind, and came back and eventually beat the Wolfpack. But here, this has been a very un-Michigan-like performance.
Well, look, normally, Greg, I have a rule. If the winning team doesn't get 50 points, the game doesn't count. I am suspending that rule tonight. This is a beautiful rock fight. Two very good defensive teams and two very slow playing teams. Two of the slowest teams in the entire country, Greg. That's why Loyola can go nearly 8 minutes without a made field goal, but there was no separation for Michigan on the scoreboard. Give the Ramblers credit for not losing their poise. Charles is right. You can play great D all you want. At a certain point, you have to make baskets. Abdur-Rahman in particular needs to get his offense going if Michigan's going to pull this thing off.
Tell me about the action in the paint.
Well, two very physical, strong teams. Clark Kellogg made the comment about after seeing Loyola practice how physical and strong they are, so really not all that surprising. They have an advantage in the paint right now. 18-14 is that advantage. You see Cameron Krutwig, what a great first half there for the freshman. He had 8 points and no rebounds. And then you're going to see Andre Jackson here for Loyola. Once he gets that baseline, he's able to have an effect getting the offensive rebound and getting inside. And we're talking a lot about Mo Wagner. He is an excellent three-point shooter, a tough matchup as a stretch 5, typical John Beilein. The most important number for Wagner right now is 0. That's the number of fouls that he committed in the first half. So I would predict that Wagner, unless he's super fatigued, remember in the NCAA tournament, they have long timeouts. I think Beilein basically has to leave him in the entire game. He needs to play to his size, big, inside, mixing it up for Michigan to be able to pull ahead, because Loyola is very, very comfortable at this pace, very, very comfortable in a physical game.
As you well know, that everybody has a voice. That includes the great Scottie Pippen. Okay, Loyola, I see you got down, fought back, and then some. Keep fighting and play your game. I think they will. 29-22, the Ramblers in the lead. Second half is coming up right after this.
Go inside the madness.
The sky's the limit for us. Loyola, it'll be a great pick.
You want to win, you've got to get back with an urgency to stop it.
Towns dribbles and fires a three, and he got it! Richardson nails it! Everything is dropping for the Ramblers. And how about this? Loyola Chicago is off to the Final Four.
Don't miss the premiere of Inside the Madness, tomorrow on Audience. Available on DirecTV and DirecTV Now.
Still to come tonight on TBS, the second national semifinal. Number 1 seeds Jay Wright, his Villanova Wildcats taking on the Jayhawks of Kansas. Here in Game 1, Loyola Chicago 24-0 when they lead at the half, and they lead by 7 over Michigan. Second half, straight ahead.
This is AT&T at the half. AT&T, giving you more for your March Madness thing.
We are back in the Alamo Dome with the second half just a couple of minutes away. Loyola Chicago leads it by 7, and what a story to this point. Here's a team that when we talk to the coach, he says, you know, a Cinderella, usually they maybe get to the Sweet 16. Yeah, we've been underdogs all year long. Not a lot of people picked us to win a conference. You know, here they are, and then now in the semifinals. They've never had an 11 seed. Anybody this far back make it to a national championship game. And now they're 20 minutes away.
And Jim, when we met with them yesterday, it felt like they really believed not only could they win this game, but they could win this entire tournament.
That's right.
And they came out here in the first half, played with confidence, but their defense coach, the defense has really had this Michigan team confused.
They play old. I should be an authority on that. They play with confidence. They keep after you, but Michigan's got to get to the free throw line. Don't turn it over and make some threes.
Well, you just saw Google Cloud make a prediction about this game, analyzing NCAA data. Speaking of data, let's take a look at our first half stats, which are also powered by Google Cloud. Again, notice Loyola Chicago did not make a 3. And 9 of their 10 field goals, by the way, for the Ramblers were in the paint. You go to NCAA.com/bracket IQ for more. And for more from the locker rooms, Tracy, what did you learn?
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. First off, when Michigan takes the court, Duncan Robinson will be out there. He will start because, as John Beeline told me, they need offense. He said Loyola has just been rotating on them and taking them out of what they'd like to do, not giving them the open looks. And when they have gotten the open looks, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman has not been hitting his shots, and they need Xavier Simpson to step up, and certainly those 8 turnovers killing them, Jim.
Well, Loyola was down 8 early in this game and now leads by 7. The sharpshooters of Michigan have been way off here tonight.
And Jim, Michigan only 1 assist in the first half. Part of it, their shooting has been off. You have to give credit to Loyola of Chicago, but I also think it's just too much one-on-one play against this pack line defense of the Ramblers. They have to trust their offense, ball movement, work to get a good shot every time down the court.
You saw the graphic, Michigan 8-5 when trailing at halftime. Loyola Chicago, when it leads this year at halftime, is 24-0.
Wow. I don't think John paid attention to that at halftime, do you?
But he does feel like offensively they've got to get some guys like Duncan Robinson going. And we talked about Rahman repeatedly in that first half, failing to hit any one of his 7 attempts.
See if Simpson comes out. They're going to run their offense. A little chuck and duck too much.
They love Krutwig at that high post. Such a great passer. Got to stay alert and attached defensively if you're Michigan.
He loves this little move in here. Look at the use of those footsteps.
Unbelievable. Basket goes.
And I'm not sure how he got that to go in.
How about he grabbed it outside the top of the free throw line and kept backing it back and in.
That's a basket that could have been a 3-second violation. It's not with speed and alacrity, but he is a competitor, knows how to play, comes up big time for his club.
First foul on Wagner, and the freshman from Algonquin, Illinois, comes up, beating his chest over that. He's got a 3-point play and a 10-point lead.
He looked like Jim and I when we found out you were going into the Hall of Fame. We were doing the same thing. We're so happy for you.
Fired up for you, my
Love
friend.
you guys.
They're going to be right there. Here's a little pin down.
Wagner, head fake, gets past Krutwig, knocks it down.
And I like that. Take advantage of your play on the perimeter, Wagner against Krutwig. Get him out there. Nice, deliberate shot fake, getting to the rim. Right now, the bigs are going at it here in a second.
Back screen, and then a lock low. This is their high-low set. He owns people in here.
Goes back outside, though. As the first shot of the game by Richardson. No attempts in the first half after putting up a career-high 23 points in the regional final win against Kansas State.
And with Robinson on the wing, this opens up the space in the middle because you got to hug him. Such a good shooter.
Great driving opportunities for Simpson. So good getting to the rim.
Simpson splits, drives in, off the front of the rim. He hasn't made a shot from the field either. The 2 guards for Michigan not hit a shot. Krutwig trying to find a way. He's on the line and going back the other way.
Nice job walling up big time.
And right here, it was all made by that shot fake, getting Krutwig to close out, and Wagner getting to the rim. How many 6'10" guys can take you off the dribble from the 3-point line and dunk the ball like that? Great possession there for Wagner.
First look at this double high. It looks like they're running their stuff, Jim. I think that's really been their problem.
Wagner.
Nice rebound.
That's Rahman.
And an open look.
Yep, Robinson. Can he? Not this time. He's 0 now for the game. 0 for 3.
But they look like a better rhythm.
But these guards, Robinson, Rahman, and Simpson, all without a basket, and a steal by the Wolverines.
Wagner in the passing lane. A little more purpose in the offense.
Robinson. There it is.
And Simpson with the dribble drive. I don't know why you open up on the wing like that defensively. Just get in the passing lane and deny.
Michigan had missed its last 10 threes before Duncan Robinson hits his first shot of the night.
Nice help in the back by Robinson. Likes to bounce himself into position.
Richardson driving in off the glass. Got it. His first points.
Known for his defense, but he can get some numbers when they need him.
Proved that last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Big game against Kansas State.
And named the regional MOP. Simpson.
Don't expose your dribble. Good D.
Saved by Custer. Towns taking on Wagner. Lays it up too strong.
Almost like pulling the chair on that play by Wagner.
Rockmont at the other end, and he's got his first field goal.
That goes well for Michigan, getting out in transition. Rockmont's so important. Sometimes seeing that ball go through the rim can get you going offensively.
Big switch there. You had a layup at one end, and it didn't go, and then one at the other. And meanwhile, Custer is able to find an opening.
So crafty.
He is something else. The year at Iowa State, opted to be with his buddy in Chicago and lighten it up big time.
Boy, the pace now picking up.
Much better basketball. Maybe they're a little more relaxed too.
That middle is wide open right there. Penetrating, getting to the rim.
Love that little behind the back dribble.
Look at that help defense there by the Ramblers.
5 to shoot.
Nice cut, helps him out here.
Simpson looking for somewhere to go. Has to fire it. It's a shot clock violation. And another turnover, number 9 for Beeline squad. Something they don't normally do. They're above their season average. And it's still 7 as it was at halftime. Let's experience every side of March Madness with Intel True View.
And Jim, when you have a reputation as a great shooting team, the middle is wide open, great awareness, tremendous cut, and the big fella Krutwig taking the time to concentrate and finish at the rim. That'll be there. Michigan will play him one-on-one. He's been somewhat effective thus far. Wagner must play him without foul.
He'll stay on the bench coming out of the under 16, and Andre Jackson is on the floor. He had valuable minutes in that first half. Did Jackson.
And he causes problems with Wagner now. It's a different kind of a pursuit.
They had 8 points in that first half. As Ingram has it stolen away by Wagner.
And how Wagner's activity all game on the defensive end.
He's been into this game, no question. Playing passing lanes, helping out the post. When they stack it up defensively.
Matthews, he took him all the way to the basket. Backed in Jackson.
Ability, athleticism, and a kiss as well. Nice job rotating by Simpson.
Custer gets a 3.
And you talk about getting a 3 within rhythm. That roll to the basket created the help, and the wide open shot by Custer.
That's their first triple of the night.
How about that? That's a drive, draw, replace. Nobody moving in the middle.
Simpson.
Again, unable to convert at the rim. Last couple of times. Tough shot, not a good jack.
It's a shot you take when you have a heat check.
That's when you're the coach's son, you take a shot.
Rockmont says I'm going to take it.
I don't know. Not doing the usual Michigan offense. You can see John Beeline's reaction, not happy.
Not that trip.
No.
Not at all. Custer gets it to Jackson. Passes up the baseline, jump shot, which will help. Baseliner bounces in for Custer.
Great patience by Jackson, but what about that cut after the pass by Custer? Moving to get open and knocking down the mid-range jumper.
And they've upped it to 10 for the second time in the game.
They do not stand still on the offensive end. Keep putting pressure on your D.
Once again, Loyola switching everything on defense.
Finally cut here a little bit late by Robinson.
Matthews with Richardson on him.
Good defending.
And it's Matthews. 2 hard-earned buckets at that end in this half.
And Jim, that was just a tough shot right there. Great offense always trumps great defense, and Matthews a great one-on-one player for Michigan.
He's shown that a couple of times.
Weave, bump, slip. Look at this play.
Jackson. And Robinson falls on him.
Whew. They've got the heads turning.
You are watching the national broadcast on TBS. For team-centric coverage, check out the Loyola Chicago teamcast on True TV or the Michigan teamcast on TNT. So that's the second foul on Robinson. And it was not in the act of shooting, so inbounding underneath. the Ramblers. Uh-oh. Wagner looked like he may have stubbed his toe or something. Yeah, a little gimpy.
I don't know what language he used, but I was impressed.
He's having a hard time.
Surely leave him on the floor. Oh, little trip, got away with it.
Let's see how much Wagner can run down the floor. Okay, maybe we can run it off.
They didn't get interaction at all.
Looks like he may have expressed a little something over in the direction of his coach.
They haven't had a slice cut. Everything's been one-on-one, which is very surprising. I know they've gotten a lot more of that in this one matches, and they'll finish.
And Williamson will send him to the line for 2. And Wagner's going to stay on the floor.
I think the ability of Michigan is they can complement their sets. And let's just see right here, he gets hurt on that, I believe. Is that the one?
It looked like he might have stubbed his right toe or maybe even sprained his ankle on that play, but definitely bothering Wagner.
2 for Matthews. Tracy Morgan is the last OG. A new comedy premieres Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. on TBS.
Not a great free throw shooter, around 57%. But they've driven the ball more of the last few games and at the end of the season to complement their sets. I'd like to see them get back to their sets and then drive when the opportunity presents itself.
Towns back on the floor for the Ramblers. And it's a 7-point Loyola Chicago lead.
And normally Wagner is subbed in and out, but he's played so far the whole second half. John Beilein normally rests him, but he needs him out there for his team.
And they wear you out going side to side, finding people, getting rid of the ball quickly.
Jackson around Wagner.
It is tough to play him in that low box area. So fluid, so clever as well. Always in the right spot defensively.
Look at the weak side, an instant trap on the post pass.
Wagner has to skip it all the way over. Robinson gets it to the corner quickly, and Simmons comes off the bench. It hits a 3.
And that's that hockey assist that Loyola talks about all the time.
That was a great pass.
An extra look.
Yes, great pass out of that double team by Wagner.
That's the margin to 6. Hester working on Simmons.
We got the foul at the rim. This is a tough little guy. Woo.
Right now, we got a game, guys. Loyola up 6. A lot of passion, a lot of emotion. Gotta love it.
Let's take a look at the Infinity Coaches Spotlight and this remarkable job done by Porter Moser, who told his team at the beginning of the year, why not us? Wichita State had left their conference, the Missouri Valley, to go to the American Athletic Conference. They saw Northwestern just a few miles from their campus last year make the tournament field last year, and they rejoiced in their good play last year, but they thought, well, maybe why not beat our story this year?
Right, why not us?
Why not us?
Yeah, exactly. And they have really rallied around that.
Hester hits the first to 2. Stream live, 24/7 highlights, scores and news, free across all your connected devices with CBS Sports HQ. Check it out now at CBSSportsHQ.com. They would win a close game in the tournament, and he would say, put it in the bank. Put it behind us. Go on to the next one. They won their first 3 NCAA tournament games by a total of 4 points. Put it in the bank. Move on. Cool.
I saw drive-by pull, and you're an authority on making deposits.
Yes, he is.
Do I get an assist for that? For setting myself up to get clobbered?
This kid is so tough. Pretty good baseball player, they say, as well. Great leadership qualities. Look at the discard with the offhand.
Jackson. 5 to shoot. Goes with the left hand. It's Poole, who made a magnificent move at this end of the floor a moment ago. Goes back out with Rockmont. Simmons.
This kid given Wagner, you had mentioned that earlier, Grant. Got to get him a blow over 28 minutes already. Oh, shoot it.
Robinson passed up the shot, but not this time. Oh, and he's done it again.
He hurt me.
I think he did.
Yeah.
You're too good. Take it and nail it, big fella. A little quick timeout.
Smart timeout.
Take care of the Mo.
What else would you expect when you're playing in San Antonio and your name is Duncan and Robinson?
And you went to Exeter and Williams. Why not? You got the intellect. Terrific. Deep thrust. It gets him right back in. It gives him a little juice.
Don't want to miss out? Hey Siri, remind me to watch the championship game Monday on TBS.
6 has been the magic number for Duncan Robinson during his career at Michigan. And he's just now hit another 3 to give him 6 points for the game. 28-0, the Wolverines, when he scores 6 points. And of course, he was this year's Big Ten 6th man of the year.
Public back on the floor as you got to get his offensive game going.
Pounds. Rockmon hit pretty. Krutwig back in. Taps it once, twice. And it's right to Richardson. Great effort by Krutwig. Richardson shot.
He's right on, too. Nice challenge by Teskey. Going right to the rim, too. You can get a quick early jack if you want. He's at the rim.
Here's Rockmon for the tie.
He went to the wrong side. Didn't roll. Big fella. Good job checking him out, though.
It was 41-31. Michigan on an 11-4 stretch.
Nice pump. They do that great.
Krutwig underneath and one.
Wow.
And the big right hand. He is fired up again.
Maybe some of that old-time religion, huh?
And you talk about that pump fake, but look at that pocket pass inside and just the ability to concentrate, absorb the contact. A little kiss, as you would say. Tremendous finish.
Porter gives him plenty of room to dominate, too. He lifts a little bit. They can drive. He is a smart basketball player.
And it's the 3rd on Teskey, so Wagner has to come back off the bench, sending Teskey out along with Rockmon to the bench. So Krutwig with 13 points.
Didn't have much interest from the Big Ten people either, did he?
Oh, he really was.
Going the other way.
That's going to be over the top. Ingram.
Funny how guys can slip through the cracks like a Krutwig. Such a talented kid, knows how to play, knows his ability.
Just a freshman, too.
Yeah. Freshman of the year.
It's interesting for Michigan. Simpson's been on the bench for quite some time here in the second half. Only has 2 fouls. We talked about how important he is. Michigan getting back in the game without him.
Yep, Simmons has been getting his minutes.
There's their set. A little slight. Now, now that's a little Burgess play to get an open look.
Robinson.
That's good, though.
Dipped down and out.
Might have been their best possession.
They've got so much stuff in their arsenal. You got to make it tough on Loyola, who's been just hanging around. Defense.
ISO for Krutwig inside.
A little curl, open up the passing lane. Krutwig. He doesn't give up on his pivot foot.
Look at this effort. Wagner stood his ground. Got the rebound. Now with 13 rebounds, Wagner
steps.
Traveling ball.
Nowhere to go
on Michigan. Turnover number 10.
And there was a wall right there. 3 guys defensively. Simmons trying to go in and just not a great decision. Every possession now with 8:29 left. Important as Xavier Simpson checks back in the game.
And Simmons not really a full-fledged point guy, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He played at Ohio U. You need Simpson to get to the top of his game. Pinned down. This is an interesting set now.
Look at this shot. On the outside. That was Ingram. Failing to hit the mark.
These 2 guys may have the biggest playbooks in the country.
Wagner fires the 3. And Wagner now for the night from the outside, 1 for 4. Hit his first, missed his next 3. Most threes of any player 6'11" or taller in Division I. And that was Robinson influencing that shot. Towns is hurt. Fights through it to get back on defense. Here's Poole. Poole for the second time. Takes it to the rack.
This kid's going to have a great career. We know he can shoot it, but boy, he can turn the corner with the offhand. and then the spotty search and finish big time.
Towns is hurt, and Porter Moser and the Ramblers are going to make a substitution out of the break for sure. 7.5 to go. Poole with a couple of baskets. Michigan now within 3.
Towns with a closeout by Robinson, and you can just see before he hits Grant, it locks on him. And you feel that those are worse injuries when there's no contact.
No question, Raph, and that's what's scary. Nobody was around on the liftoff getting hurt. Let's hope he's okay.
Game summary, you can see a 9-point advantage at the free throw line for the Ramblers. Over to Tracy.
Jim, I was told Marcus Towns is cramping in that left thigh. He spent the whole time out stretching it, rubbing it, drinking some fluids. He's at the end of the bench doing the same thing. His return right now probable, Jim.
And that's off Krutwig.
That's much better defense. Really challenged the drive. He was unable to convert. Just a bailout pass got him right under the rim.
Wagner right there did a great job walling him up. Right now, Michigan defensively, just stay solid, trust your offense, and Wagner gets it inside. Understand a double team's coming, somebody open on the weak side.
They've been getting side to side a little bit better, and that's helped their cause as well.
Comes the trap. Weak side's open, pull.
That's a nice drag dribble. How about that?
Why not?
Hey, give me the double, please.
Just ties it with that shot. Mom and Dad, Axel and Beata, made their way from Germany for the Final Four.
And they got a son who's not only a good player, but quite a character. Nice defense by Wagner again.
And the Ramblers are rattled at the moment, and they're going to make some changes here. Jackson's going to come in.
Now, you know from watching tape, they're going to always be ready for the double, and Wagner, in a clever mode, drags the 2, opens up everything. They leave him thinking they got to cover a cutter. He's able to convert.
So they've twice been down 10 points in this half, and they've come all the way back to tie it.
And they have been running sets, and right here they get a shuffle cut screen, and it should have been a deuce. They had none of that in the first half, Grant.
Again, back to Tracy.
Jim, Marcus Towns now back on the bench. He wanted to go back in there, but Porter Moser looked at him and said, absolutely not, sit back down. We'll see if he gets back in there, Jim.
All right, second on Richardson. Towns, though,
he's just begging to get back in. He's coming in.
Now here he comes.
The
now.
Power of persuasion. Jersey guys have it.
That they do.
Poole gives Michigan the lead. As Towns returns, celebrate your favorite Final Four team with licensed fan gear from the official NCAA shop. For the best selection of team apparel, head to ncaa.com/shop.
Big thing that the Ramblers have been able to do is confuse Michigan with their man-to-man defense and make them rush. All of a sudden, Michigan has backed it off a little. You don't have a fast break. Let's go side to side. There's some intricate sets. Take advantage of them.
And Michigan's lead now is at 2. It is the first lead for Michigan since 15-13.
And Loyola offensively now, they have struggled here in the second half. They have to get back to moving the ball, trusting their sets, playing together collectively as a unit against this Michigan defense.
I think they've got to use Jackson, too. Oh, look at this. Too many people too close together. But all of a sudden, a little bit upset, out of rhythm. And Jackson on the floor, a very tough match for Wagner.
And right now, it's just the energy and the activity of Michigan's defense. You can't coach effort. The second half, the efforts increase. Michigan playing better basketball.
Skokna onto the floor. Saw just a minute of action in the first half. That was the 13th turnover by the Ramblers.
The same play with a shuffle cut in the backline. Oh, that's pretty.
Matthews with 2 more and another timeout, Loyola.
The playbook that Beeline possesses is immense. They forgot to use it. Now, just solid basketball. Pump fake, get a bite. Bounce pass, finish big time. Michigan basketball, pretty solid right now.
Get pretty wild, and with a $50,000 jackpot. The stakes are even higher. Snoop Dogg presents the Joker's Wild, all new April 15th on TBS. It is a 9-0 Michigan stretch.
Well, they love a center who can pass, and they got one. Multi-dimensional. Big boat.
Meanwhile, Loyola's starting center, Krutwig, is out.
I like this now. Ooh, goodness.
And again, Loyola turns it over. That might have been one at the other end. Yes.
So unfortunate for Wagner right there. We talked his activity, active hands, deflections, reaching in, and yes, the big fella, one mistake he's made tonight, trying to be a point center out there, but right now, this.
Oh, that guy can't believe it.
Can't believe it.
Wagner hit the wrong chord for him.
Been a 14-point swing in the last 8 minutes.
Jim, it's all defense right now for Michigan. So constant, so steady. This team right here, Loyola, just confused right now. No flow and rhythm offensively.
And scoreless the last 4 minutes. Ingram is the latest to turn it over. And Michigan has numbers. Michigan has the edge here. Matthews swings it over. Pulled from the corner. Tears up and what? Wagner's done it again, and he's just with that rebound and putback.
He ran the floor rim to rim.
He's just established a career high with rebounds, is 14.
And how valuable is it when you're unselfish? Give it up. You get a great shooter, soft enough to follow, and it all starts on the defensive end with Simpson with a great presentation.
Krutwig has to come back to the floor as Coach Moser keeps searching for some answers. Everything's gone wrong over these last 8 minutes.
And it looks as though Loyola, things are imploding for them here down the stretch. This team has been too good, too tough-minded. But it's been the offensive end where they have struggled, just unable to get a shot attempt, turning the ball over uncharacteristically, leading to easy opportunities for these Wolverines.
And Jim, when you look at this team on tape the last few weeks, they've been able to dribble into lane and throw it back out. Michigan staying at home on those perimeter shooter. Great containment on the bounce.
I think you got to go inside the Krutwig right now.
17-2 run, 12 unanswered. Krutwig backs it home.
Knows where he is.
And also, Michigan's going to stay at home. Use that big body, get close to the basket like on that last possession. Need a steady diet of Krutwig here down the stretch.
Finally a basket after 4 straight trips that led to turnovers.
An automatic switch. They had disdained the dribble and run their stuff. There's a pick and pop.
Wagner, can he do it again? And a rebound to Richardson. Now the Ramblers hope to get something going. Coming off a basket the last trip down the floor. Finally a stop. Towns to the corner. 3-point shot, no. Off Wagner.
Boy, Poole worked hard that trip. He helped out on the roll man and sprinted out to cover on the 3. All about effort on both ends.
Ramblers only 1 out of 9 from 3 in the game. Just 1 made was by Custer in this half.
Collectively, both teams struggling from the 3-point line. You always wonder, playing in a dome, with the effects that might have, but air ball from Loyola on that 3. That's something we've seen all tournament.
Fortunate to get it back with 18 to shoot. Krutwig plucks it out of the air. Working on Wagner. Too strong. Look at Simpson. He gets hit by Richardson.
And a nice job, and hopefully he's okay. He went down pretty hard. Boy, Wagner, this is as good as I've seen him play, both ends of the floor. I mean, he is teed it up at a disadvantage. He's more of a perimeter guy in a sense. But
talking about numbers here, as Simpson wants to make sure.
Look at those eyeballs.
19 points, Wagner, 15 rebounds, 6 of them on the offensive end, plus 3 steals.
Disadvantage.
And Michigan just too good an offensive team, figuring it out here against this defense against Loyola in a tremendous rhythm.
That's the Simpson we know, by the way, isn't it? Running the offense a little bit more.
Look at the helping the helper. Great activity defensively.
Richardson able to shake off the defenders.
Nice patience and ball fake there by Richardson.
He and Custer don't go off the floor very often, do they?
Nope. They've been on the floor together since they were in the 3rd grade.
How about that?
Overland Park, Kansas.
One was Collins and one was Chalmers right in the backyard.
They recreated the shot from 08. They grew up Kansas fans. Here's Matthews swinging it outside. Top key. It is his night.
And it's also the ability to draw attention with the bounce. Matthews, solid contribution.
Wagner playing inspired basketball here tonight.
Nice cut.
Door they go. Michigan steals it with 2.5 to play and matching its largest lead of the game, which came early at 12-4.
The first half, Loyola was able to get those back cuts. None here in the second half. Great adjustment defensively by Michigan overall as a team.
And that priest at Canisius knew he was hired. And Baleen. Well, they're really taking over now. I think fatigue's a factor. I think also the level of Schedule 2 exhibiting itself a little bit with Michigan.
2 minutes, 10-point margin.
And they're forcing them to use a lot of clock. Look, they look tired even on their cuts now, don't they?
They do. Tired and somewhat confused out there offensively. Look at that shot contested. Even though it was a great shot.
Love that kid.
Tremendous defense by Simpson.
Custer.
He never gives, give it a foul.
Custer with 11 in the second half, 13 for the game. But no one can stop Mo Wagner at the moment. Let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance.
Guys, when you're a great shooting team and you struggle early, the law of percentages will balance out, and they have here in the second half. Michigan finding their rhythm offensively, starting to get into that flow and maintaining some defensive consistency as well. Trying to take advantage here as Sister Jean is leaving early.
Oh my goodness.
So soon?
Wow. It's amazing. You know, I went over and spoke with her yesterday. Said, you know, my sister is a nun and was the president of the college as well. And I said, unfortunately, she prayed for our team when I coached, and it didn't work out very well. She said, I'm sorry to hear that. What a great story. These kids are just so fond of her. What a presence on that campus.
Was not over yet. Michigan, not a great free throw shooting team.
Look at this stuff.
Up ahead, Matthews.
You put all your eggs in the front court, and a step and go, clear.
Yo! Oh my gosh!
Oh man!
Get out of here!
It almost got me.
Oh man! I thought it was over there for a second.
I thought he was coming over for the post-game interview.
Look at the Hall of Famer under the table.
You know, I thought Coach K taught you how to draw a chart.
Look at my glasses.
Oh, they are sideways. Got to show. Got to show Hulk your glasses.
Oh, get the glasses. Look at the glasses.
Look at glasses now. I got to go to Berlin to get a new set.
Bottled up good by Custer.
Oh man.
Okay, Rockman is fouled, heading to the line.
I thought that was Bill Lambier coming after us. Or the McNasty Mahorn, maybe.
Oh, wow. Talk about that activity. 36 minutes here. Mo Wagner.
Oh, boy.
Just
Watch
leaving it all out there.
This is Jody, I love you. Kids, I love you.
Raph.
Raph. I knew it. See? I can see the whole floor. Raph.
Oh, crap.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
That was amazing. Rockman hits the free throw and gets it back to 9. Crutwood comes in. Yes.
Oh, man, Coach.
Hello.
Only you.
It looks like you late at night.
That's the glasses.
We've seen that often.
I used to like that kid.
Need something quick here. If you're the Ramblers, Michigan just switching everything, continuing to play great defense.
Look at this play. That's as good as I've seen him play back at both ends.
Crutwick with the putback. He's had a fantastic game with 17. He's tops for the Ramblers, who need to make a quick stop.
They really don't need anything. A little giveaway.
It's going to be still a 1-and-1. with 46 seconds left.
How about, let's talk a little about Loyola, Jim. And just amazing what they've been able to accomplish and the feistiness, competitiveness tonight.
Well, they only made the point, too. There have been other 11 seeds that made it to the Final Four, but they were at larges. You know, LSU back in '86, George Mason, VCU. They had to win their conference tournament. They felt like if they didn't win and get the automatic, they didn't. Well, look, they got an 11 as a conference champion. They wouldn't have gotten in.
It's amazing.
So they've had to win 7 straight games to get to this stage right here.
Every game is a tournament game.
Yep.
Buzzer beaters, too. Just toughness.
Gutsy kids.
Playing as one.
They're going to be disappointed, but I'll tell you what, I think the country has embraced this club.
No question. Robinson pulls it down with 28 seconds to go.
I'll tell you guys, Michigan team showing a lot of character. They struggled early. They got themselves regrouped at halftime. And a different team, really a Michigan-style team here in the second half on both ends of the floor. You got to have that gutsy, gritty kind of effort. And they showed it here in the second half.
I'm glad he came back, aren't you?
Oh, no question.
Tested the waters, didn't realize he wasn't quite ready, Wagner. And this kid from 6-man and valuable piece.
From Division III.
Yes, unbelievable.
Will start his college career.
Contacts, really.
Scholarship player and a 1,000-point scorer at Michigan. And Wagner is being replaced. Livers back onto the floor. Magnificent night. Can't say enough about what Wagner's done with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 3 steals.
One of the great Final Four performances I've ever seen.
Livers is in, but Wagner displayed a lot of onions tonight.
We added the Big Ten tournament.
I didn't use it.
You didn't use it. We had 2 games, and I walked away from New York saying that was really a lost opportunity for Rap. Ahead to Towns. Put up the 3, off the mark. Back out to Livers, flings it up ahead. Robinson, 15 seconds.
That's nice. That's style.
And it's going to send it back to the lot.
He's not going to give up that kid. You know that.
Well, down 10 in the second half, 2 different occasions. You know, when Towns put up the shot, the one he got injured on, the 3, he had an open look. Had he made it, they would have gone up 8. But after that, it was a quick basket at the other end. Things suddenly just went awry in every direction.
And I just admired Michigan coming out at halftime, running their action. And that set up their ability to dribble drive versus let's go attack initially and get away from our system. Where do I send this bill, by the way?
Oh, that's classic.
Denzel Valentine is a great player at Michigan State. His brother, an assistant at Loyola, Chicago. And Robinson gets the second to go.
Brother there, Jim.
Bright future coach here in college.
Yeah, they like him too.
They do.
Porter's got nice staff. I would read their names out, but I can't put my glasses on.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You got to find you a backup pair somewhere in the Alamo Dome for game 2.
You're gonna hit the streets to find him. Porter, one of those keepers. When you bring a guy back, I'm sure there's probably some criticism. Well, you know, he didn't win it. Arkansas, Little Rock, and boy, he struggled a little bit at Illinois State, but they had confidence in him, and boy, did he prove them right.
Michigan subbing freely with Brooks and C.J. Baird on the floor. Ivy Watson, he comes out along with Austin Davis, and time is running out on this magical run by the Ramblers, who captured the hearts of virtually everyone across America. What a fantastic run it was, but it's Michigan taking the semifinal game 69-57. The maize and blue is all set for a Monday night appearance. shoulders of Mo Wagner. They will be playing for the championship on Monday night here in San Antonio. And will take on the winner of the Villanova, Kansas contest, which is coming up in about a half hour. What resiliency, what a second half stampede put together by the Wolverines.
Jim, what a performance indeed. The second half was just fantastic. We saw them, as you said, in the Big Ten Conference Tournament, and we felt like something about this team. They have a chance to win it all, and Monday night they will go for it all.
You just see the disappointment all over the face of the Ramblers, who really came here believing that the journey was not going to end on Saturday. Well, what a special team it was to watch for the last couple of weeks. They'll never be forgotten in this tournament. Over to Tracy with the winning head coach, John Beilein.
That's right, Coach. That first half was not easy. A real struggle. They took you out of everything. But what changed?
Well, I know we made a couple shots, but I think our defense got better. As the game, in the last 8 minutes, what really changed, our defense was really good down the stretch. We made a couple threes. We had a couple open ones we couldn't make it. But Duncan make one, him making a couple more. That three in the right corner, that was a big separator just to get us a lead. We just needed to get in front. They're so hard to get in front of because their defense is outstanding.
How special is this guy and the energy that he brings to this team and how they just feed off of it?
Yeah, he's a special kid. I've been coaching a long time. He's going to go in a special category with a few other guys who are probably wondering who they are. But I tell you, he's one of them.
Well, Mo, let me talk to you. A career night. This was your night. 24 points, 15 rebounds. At what point did you say to yourself, okay, I just need to take over?
I mean, I just trying to go in the game, taking what the opponent is giving me, what the game is giving me, you know, stay emotionally solid and don't get emotionally drunk, and I worked out today.
Just such an effort, and you know what? You broke Raf's glasses.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I apologize. I hope that's the only thing that broke, though.
Well, you're on your way to the championship game. You come back for this. How does that sound to know you'll be playing Monday night?
It's incredible. We're really enjoying this ride. This is an incredible group. I'm so happy to share with these guys, you know. They deserve the world, and these people, I mean, listen to them. This is incredible, and yeah, we have one more to go.
Well, good luck and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And you saw the numbers were the best, 20-plus points, 15 rebounds since Hakeem Olajuwon in Houston years ago. The players come in as they left the floor, and a hug and finding some solace there with Sister Jean. Coming up, it's Capital One Tournament Central, followed by Kansas and Villanova. We'll send you to EJ and the guys after these messages. Michigan is headed to the championship game.